going on to you and yours? You're either getting this podcast on demand audio recorded on Thursday the 13th of February. You're getting it live on the almighty Facebook, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, or perhaps on YouTube, or perhaps on, of course, Twitter. The Blue Frost IT Twitter handle at Eric Zane Show. Doesn't matter as long as you're getting it. But as always, I get internet points when you subscribe to the audio podcast. Thank you. You can do that at ericzaneshow.com. Just click on free podcast and then subscribe. All right, Instagram, I'm found. Search Eric Zane Show. That's brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. All right, right away, people are like, hey, what happened to your dad yesterday? Is your dad okay? You didn't have your dad on, and you are so in tune. You're like, you know what's up, and no, it was just a scheduling issue because of the full day ahead of me. I've had to cut corners in order to get this podcast out appropriately, as appropriately as I can, to be able to give you the content. As you know, I've had kind of like a full-time job all last week and this week, helping out the folks at Affordable Limousine and Party Bus with a kind of like a full-time gig. It has been a full-time gig for that period of time, shuttling people from Muskegon hospitals to hotels. So that's taken up half of the time of the week. So, I had to make sure I got the podcast out. This is what it would be like if I was like selling campers. It'd be like I just come in here and throw an hour up. No, it's just kind of half-assed. Well, it would seem like it's half-assing it compared to what I've done in the past, the amount of content and extra things like that, like the show notes, but can't do it because of the job. And so my dad, he kind of fell victim to that. And I didn't mention it because I'm a dumbass. Also, I failed to mention this too. I referenced something that perked up a lot of ears, and people reached out to me and said, wait a minute, you got to give us more information than that. Steve from Free Beer and Hot Wings reached out to you, and you just throw out like a thank you. What happened? I listened back to it, and I totally see why you're saying that. If you could put two and two together, but I didn't explicitly say that Steve from Free Beer and Hot Wings reached out to me to offer condolences. And I didn't say that. I just said I got a nice email from, and you're like, well, wait, why did he? What's going on? A little bit confused. Yeah, that's what it was. He reached out and said some really, really nice things, and was very, very kind to me regarding the passing of Brian as Bruce just falls off of the couch. You may have seen it if you were watching. The boys got in here a little bit late today, so they're going to be playing right now for a few minutes as they get this energy out before they relax. Most of the time when the podcast starts, they are asleep. But they're starting their ritual of playing. So this does happen from time to time. For those of you that do watch, you're able to watch them do their thing. Watching dogs playing is one of my favorite things. I know that. And so you're not going to hear a word I'm saying as these two knuckleheads screw around. But that's good that that's happening, because just before they came up here, there was a fight downstairs in the kitchen. Daisy got a bug up her ass and went after Bruce. And Bruce was like, oh, hell no. And they went after it, and so Diane and I had to break them up. The beauty is we know how to do that. Now you grab them by the back legs and pull them away, as opposed to the time when I got into the middle and was bitten badly, trying to grab their mouths. How stupid is that? So, okay, that all went down. We have weather. For the folks that are enjoying this live, you're experiencing some pretty decent snow. Looks excellent for now, until it all turns brown and black and shitty. But not bad. You might have to slow down in your commute. That's my radio style. Hey, slow down on the roads today. Traffic and weather on the 8s. Very, very busy day yesterday. First of all, we had paintball. More on that in a second. But man, this I'm so happy that this 2 weeks of limo work is winding down. I knew it was going to be what it is, and that is a real grind But knowing that it's temporary going in was like, all right, just do it. Just shut up and do it. When in doubt, do it. Okay? You're fine. But holy crap. Yesterday was a day where we had to drop Benny off at the vet, first of all. So Diana did that while I was doing this. Benny's he had this growth on his stomach. It's really weird. And they did take care of it. Yeah, just another $750. You hear me talk about all these vet bills, and you're like, what are you doing? Yeah, I know. Yes, we shouldn't have 7 animals. Yes, there are a lot of vet bills. I am not complaining. I'm just informing you that this is a very normal thing for me to drop, $500 to $700 a week on dogs, not counting food. What? Whoa, my gosh. Oh, yeah, today we're going to rip an eye out of an animal. Oh, yeah, today we're going to remove an abscess from, or not an abscess, but some weirdo growth from another animal. Heartworm tests are due. I got to buy medicine. Well, one of the vets suggested I make a T-shirt with just the one-eyed animals. Would that not be fantastic? So the gears are going up here for a T-shirt with that would be Lincoln, Buddy Bobcat Face, and Benny. They may have to be separate, like separate shots, because there's no way you're going to be able to get those 3 together. And I got to wait for Buddy's eye to heal up a little bit and the fur to grow in. It still looks stupid. All right. So anyway, do the podcast yesterday. Take care of a couple of things. When I get done with the podcast, do the Patreon podcast. And everything's wrapping up. I have to be out the door at a certain time. I'm running late. I'm supposed to be out the door at 11. All right. Turns out it's 11:15. It's okay. There's a little bit of a grace period. To get over to the limo place, take care of some things. Off. Gone. Take off. Limo work. When I say limo work, I mean shuttle work. Okay. Everything goes well. No major issues. That all takes place. It doesn't really get hairy until I start to head back from Muskegon to Grand Rapids. I leave Muskegon at 4 because I've got paintball at 6. Now I've got a dog at the vet. Benny is there, and I call on the way there, and the plan originally was have Jackie pick the dog up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be reasonably close to where they are at the vet when I'm when I'm dropping off the car and leaving the limo place. I'll just pick him up. But I take care of a couple of things to make it quicker. I call ahead. I pay over the phone. I have the nurse give me the instructions for his care over the phone. So all I have to do is walk in, get the dog, and walk out. And everything's going to be fine. It's tight, but I'm going to make it. No big deal. I get to the vet. I walk in, and I'm in my suit and all that, my limo clothes. And they go, all right, we got Benny for you. Or Buddy. I keep saying Benny. Damn it. We got Buddy for you. I put my hand in my pocket, and I've got the keys to the frickin' car that I drove back to the shuttle limo. I've got the keys in my pocket. They need that. They need the vehicle. So I'm like, oh, shit. Come on. So I'm like, oh, God, what am I going to do now? Now I'm late. Now I'm going to be late if I have to take this thing back. So then reach out to Justin and go, hey, dude, I got the keys. What? Yeah, man. It's okay if I bring it back later on. And he does some thinking. He does some calculating in his brain. He says, all right, we'll do this, this, and this. Just drop them off tonight. They have to be dropped off tonight. I go, oh, thank God, I'm back on time. Back on time. Get the dog. Put the dog in the car. Take off. Then it's a good thing I didn't take the dog back, because while I'm driving back to the house, I realize there's a couple more things I have to do. And I'm going to be late anyway. It doesn't matter, because, as you know, at TC Paintball, it's a pizza party. And I have 4 pizzas waiting for me at Franco's Pizza. And I have to stop, get cups, plates, ice, and paper towels for the pizza party. Damn it. I'm in the middle of nowhere driving back to the house. I'm in a suit. I got a dog. So to make up for time, I'm driving. I take off my tie. I unbutton the vest. I unbutton the shirt all the way down so it's open. You can see my white T-shirt. Take my belt off while I'm driving. Take my shoes off, all to save time. This is like transition in a friggin' triathlon. One of you gets that joke. And then I get out of the car, grab all of my shit, grab the dog. He's got a huge laceration on his abdomen, so he can't really move fast. You have to be very careful. And he's a big drama queen, so every step he's I'm like, come on, Benny. I pick him up. I carry him gingerly up the steps. He's got the cone of shame on. I set the dog down. I rip off my clothes like Clark Kent, and immediately get in my paintball clothes, and I'm out the door. Now, there is no way in hell I'm going to make it, but I'm thinking I'm going to be like 3 hours late. I actually run into Meijer as fast as I can. People think I'm about to rob the store. Get all my shit. Get out. Race over to Franco's on Alpine. Buy my pizza. Get into paintball, and it's 6:04. I'm only late by 4 minutes. I was very, very proud of that. Exceptional work. But, man, talk about high stress. I can't stand knowing that I'm going to be late. It is absolutely torture for me. You feel like such an asshole. He's like, why can't I just leave earlier? Why can't I just plan accordingly? Paintball ends, drop the keys off back at affordable, day is done. But during paintball, you may have seen it live. I can't believe it's taken us 7 paintball wars to do this. How fun would it be to actually shoot video of the Battle Royale? That's all of us taking on Rick. We did 2 of them. We actually did all of us taking on Rick and Tom, which means there's no chance we're going to win. And then we did a second one with just Rick. Let me just cut to the chase on the second one. It was Rick versus all of us. And we started, and it's a little bit tricky for him because he's kind of behind an object, an obstacle, and he's trying to pick people off. So he's, of course, successful one after the other. But I'm just walking very quietly up the side, not shooting, so that he doesn't know where I'm at. And sure enough, I saw where he was. I saw him appear around one side of the obstacle, and I knew he was going to be coming around the other side. I knew he was going to do it because he kind of goes back and forth. And I was waiting there for him, and I shot his ass. I took him out. That is the first time Rick has been defeated, and I freaking shot him. Was so proud of that. But we did Facebook Live of the one when it was all of us taking on Rick and Tom, the other pro. And I was like, why the hell didn't we think about this earlier, doing this year, like in the past year? We've done 6 others of these. Why didn't we ever do that? So we did Facebook Live of that. It was great fun. Oh, man, so much fun. We ended up with, 12 of us, which was just enough for the fun. And it worked out really, really well. We had a great group there. I appreciate all of you. Walgrave, again, comes down from Kalkaska. Jesus, what is my problem? All the way driving down. That is a true, awesome fan. You're all true, awesome fans. But the fact that that guy had to drive all the way down from MAGA country is incredible. Thank you so much. All right, I talked to you about how the stupid idiot in Greenville, Michigan, decided he wanted to take a bath in the sink. And did I not load that audio in? I have it. Don't worry, I have it. Just give me a second. What did I save that as? Hold on. Greenville Wendy's. Yeah, the dummy decides to take a bath in the sink at the Wendy's restaurant in Greenville, Michigan, and somebody shot video and posted it. That's trouble. Here's the story.
Video was shared on social media of someone bathing in their kitchen. News 8's Whitney Burney went to Greenville to speak to restaurant owners about this controversy.
The parking lot here at the Greenville Wendy's has largely been empty this afternoon. While it could just be the usual flow of business, some of the customers we spoke to this afternoon say they believe that video has a lot to do with it.
Oh, come on. In Greenville, everybody does this.
This video at the Greenville Wendy's on Lafayette has been making its rounds on social media. In it, you can see a shirtless man in the sink inside the restaurant's kitchen. Another person in uniform throws something into the sink and yells, "Wash yourself." You can then hear the camera person laughing. It's an image leaving a bad taste in customers' mouths.
Oh, yeah, you can taste balls.
I brought someone here last week to here, so I laughed at it and I thought it was pretty nasty though at the same time. So.
Wait a minute, I don't speak Greenville, so I didn't really know what that kid said. Can someone maybe decipher this?
Person laughing. It's an image leaving a bad taste in customers' mouths.
I brought someone here last week to here, so I laughed at it and I thought it was pretty nasty though at the same time.
What is going on there? The only word I made out was nasty.
Mouths.
I brought someone here last week to here, so
What?
I laughed at it and I thought it was pretty nasty though at the same time. So.
My first
Yeah, people in Greenville, they don't have tongues, so that's how they speak.
Thought it was pretty nasty though at the same time. So.
my first date with my daughter's mother was at that Wendy's.
Of course it was. My first date with my daughter's mother. All right.
First date with my daughter's mother was at that Wendy's. Do you actually think I will ever go back there again?
Yes.
The video has since been viewed thousands of times, many now calling for the employees to be held accountable.
I mean, I don't wish anything bad on anyone, but like, you know, for sure, like fire.
We went inside today to ask for comment, but got referred to a corporate...
That is wishing someone something bad on someone. Come on, lighten up.
I mean, I don't wish anything bad on anyone, but like, you know, for sure, like fire.
That's probably the best eating anyone in Greenville has ever done if they ate anything from that place. Relax.
We went inside today to ask
That's
for
like in Grand Rapids closing down Ruth's Chris.
comment, but got referred to a corporate representative who sent the following statement. It reads in part, "This egregious behavior is completely unacceptable and counter to our safety
You're
training
saying it wrong. It's egregious.
and operational standards." They go on to say they've since fired the employees in the video. They don't say if the person in the sink actually working in operational standards. They go on to say they've since fired the
they did
employees
fire
in the
them.
video. They don't say if the person in the sink actually worked there. Since this incident, the restaurant says that the health department has evaluated the restaurant and they've sanitized everything inside.
Yeah.
In Greenville, Whitney Burney, News 8.
All right, I guess so. I guess you got to, but that's that. Good to hear from the folks in Greenville. Don't worry, just go to the Wendy's. For me, that would not change my mind. I would absolutely go, and I would as a show of support, I would go there and buy the food. It's not like they cook the burgers in the sink, right? That's where they wash the dishes. So what the hell? Just wash out the sink, and that's the end of it. You know, a little bit of ball juice won't hurt you. Not the end of the world if there's a little bit of butt smudge particles floating around in the sink. Okay? We only knew what we eat on a regular basis. You do not want to eat dinner at my house, ever. I hope Throat/Dale is not watching this. Speaking of Dale, Dale was there at the paintball event. Again, he and his lovely better half, Sarah, Sarah's kids, Dale's kids. Dale's kids are Hunter and Zach that were there, and my God, did we have fun. Man, that was probably, I don't know why, but we really had a great time at paintball. I cannot wait to do it again. And, you know, coming in the spring, as soon as the weather warms up, Rick's going to be outdoors for paintball. He's getting that, he can't really work out right now because of the snow and the temperatures, but that is going to be fantastic. In the next set of stories that I have for you, first of all, I've got some celestial excitement. All right. In fact, I'll just leave it there. I have some celestial excitement that I was really excited to hear this, and then it kind of waned, my excitement. I'll explain that in a second. The open of the Eric Zane Show podcast is brought to you by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. All right? Now, buying a home is serious business. And as you know, I've oftentimes stressed the Steffes Group of Keller Williams Realty. That's who I swear by. But mortgages and real estate, buying a home, that goes hand in hand. And I want to make sure that you call upon the services of the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage at when you are going to get your mortgage. And you should get it before you get started, all right? So you can know how much house you can get, so you're not your budget isn't too stressed. So if you're busy paying, let's say $900 a month for rent, and, some slumlord is cashing your checks, wouldn't it be nice if you had to pay not nearly as much for your own home? That will increase in value. That's where the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage comes into play. Reach out to them at 213-332-6505. 213-332-6505. That's Mario's desk. You can check them out online by clicking on their logo at ericzaneshow.com. Call them up, get some information from those good folks. You could get into a mortgage today. Now, they, of course, want to work with everybody who needs a mortgage, but not everybody who does mortgages wants to work with you. What does that mean, Zane? Well, what I mean by that is some of you, your credit's in the dumper. So if you're Joe Mortgage guy, you only want the guy who's worth a ton of cheddar, who's going to be getting a big mortgage. That means more money for them. Mario is like, no, screw that, because I was in the boat of the person with the 450 credit score, sucking ass, trying to figure out how this is going to work. He's lived that. He wants to make sure you can navigate through that and you can own your own home. All right? 213-332-6505. Also, just as important, they're all important. Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Online at bluefrostit.com. Small and medium-sized businesses need IT support because when you get in the weeds, business stops. If I got in the weeds on this show, I'd be like, oh, what? I guess I got to do it on my iPhone today. What the hell? 616-200-8550 for Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for small and medium-sized business around West Michigan. All right. In the night sky, on the shoulder of the constellation Orion, is a star that has kind of like a reddish hue to it. It is known as Betelgeuse. It's on the shoulder of Orion. So if you're looking at it in the sky, it's in the upper reaches of that constellation. And at times when it's bright, it just looks red. Now, Betelgeuse, from what I was reading, is known to fade in its intensity over time based on a number of celestial things that affect it. Celestial clouds, particles in the air, position. But some people, some astronomers, are saying there is a chance that Betelgeuse, the fading that it's been experiencing now, is really exceptional. And it's extremely dim right now in the sky. And we can all see Betelgeuse with the naked eye. It is about 20 times larger than our sun. And I think Betelgeuse is about 650 light years away, somewhere between 500 and 600, maybe a little bit more light years away. Now, there was a story earlier on the podcast about a radio signal being heard from deep space, which was 500 million light years away, which means you travel at the speed of light for 500 million years before you get to the origin of that one. So that's incredibly far away. This one is 600 and some light years away, which still means you have to travel at the speed of light for that many years, but it's much closer in scope. Betelgeuse is actually quite close compared to some of the other things I've discussed on this show. But it's been getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. And some are saying that it is about to go supernova. So as the star would run out of fuel, all of these things would happen within the star, chemically reactions taking place, and then kablamo. If that happens, it's going to make night like day. Like it will be casting shadows on the earth. And it will take a long, long time for the explosion to stop. Not minutes, but like months or longer. Now, they talk about all this in this story, and I'm enjoying reading the story, and I'm getting excited as I'm reading about this celestial excitement. Who wouldn't, you know? We're going to see a star explode. The resulting supernova would light the skies on Earth and be visible with the naked eye, even in the daytime. The star is known to go through cycles, dims, and brightens again and again. They say overlapping cycles might explain the dimming, or clouds of debris might be obscuring the starlight, or it might be ready to explode. Again, 20 times the mass of our sun, 642 light years away. That means this would be spectacular. The detonation of this star will be bright enough to cast shadows on Earth at night, visible during the day, for at least a few months. Then, the star will fade from the sky. The only thing comparable on record of a supernova that was seen in 1604 and recorded by German astronomer Johannes Kepler, who the Kepler Space Telescope is named after. He believed it was a new star at the time that he saw that, a supernova. Andy Briggs of Earth Sky reported that most astronomers do not believe a supernova is about to happen, though, and that the star could have some life left. I, for one, hope it blows up because I want to see that. Briggs says, I don't think so. It's a dimming cycle. He's one of these guys saying it's not going to blow up. He says it's got a few 100,000 years of life left in it. But some scientists are saying, no way, man. This thing's going to blow. However, after learning more and doing a little bit more research, it's not going to happen in any of our lifetimes, or our kids' lifetimes, or their kids' lifetimes. It will be thousands of years, and I'm like, why the hell would you tantalize me with the headline, you clickbait son of a bitch? If I see a story about Beetlejuice is going supernova, yes, I'm going to click on it. Yes, I'm going to read it. You bastards. Come on, man. Hey, Snoop is in the news. Do you remember the story I talked to you about Gayle King when she had just asked some questions about what do you call it, Kobe Bryant to Lisa Leslie, saying, hey, you know, is it making more complex, the relationship with Kobe, or honoring his life the way everyone is, with the specter of rape looming over him? And she said, no, I don't think it does. And, you know, like everybody, no one is, it is not cool. The world does not want Kobe Bryant to be questioned since he passed. And I haven't really said one way or another. I mean, I like that she asked the question. That's ballsy to do. But at this point, I don't even know if it doesn't matter. It doesn't really change anything. But I gave her credit for having the nerve to ask that question, and I thought she did it fairly. The world did not, though, and blew up on Gayle King, including Snoop. Snoop, from what I'm understanding, as he's gotten older, has gotten very peaceful. He made a comment about, hey, Gayle, you know, we're coming to get you, or something like that, some threatening thing. He went back on Twitter or on Instagram and said, no, I wasn't inciting any violence. I shouldn't have said that. But now he's even doubling down on that in full-on apology here. This is Snoop.
Coming at you live and direct with a message. Two wrongs don't make no right.
I want to start when I talk from now on by saying, hey, man, I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you correct. I should start. Every time I say something, I should say that.
Live and direct with a message. Two wrongs don't make no right. When you're wrong, you gotta fix it. So with that being said, Gayle King, I publicly tore you down by coming at you in a derogatory manner based off of emotions, me being angry at questions that you asked.
I think we should be pissed at Snoop because his thumb is covering the damn microphone.
Overreacted. I should have handled it way different than that. I was raised way better than that. So I would like to apologize to you publicly for the language that I used and calling you out of your name and just being disrespectful. I didn't mean for it to be like that. I was just expressing myself for a friend that wasn't here to defend himself. A lot of people look up to me and they love me and they appreciate me, so I want to let them know that anytime you mess up, it's okay to fix it. It's okay to man up and say that you're wrong. I apologize. Hopefully we can sit down and talk privately. Have a good day.
That is a true apology. That is freaking awesome. That's the way you do it. That was a hell of an apology. Owned it. Took responsibility, said it's okay to, I screwed up. I shouldn't have said that. That's good. Good in my book. I had no problem to begin with. I mean, Snoop seems like such a sweet dude to begin with and hilarious. So I didn't care that he said anything about Gayle King in the first place. I do like Gayle King. But Snoop, how about that? That was well done. Good on that guy. I've got T-shirts at EricZaneShow.com. I'd love you to get one. You might need a fresh one. We've been at this for more than a year selling T-shirts. I'd love you to get a new T-shirt at EricZaneShow.com. I want your house clean. You might want your house clean. That'd be great if you surprise the missus with a house cleaning, either a one-off, either a weekly setup, whatever it may be, A&D cleaning. Call them at 616-550-3644. The lovely and talented Amy will clean that house top to bottom for you. 616-550-3644. Bennett Flooring Installation, they keep doing amazing things. First of all, they sponsor Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia, $25 a week. Second of all, they're giving away a $1,500 carpet install when you sign up on Patreon. Thank you for that. And they finally got on Twitter, at Flooring Bennett. But I keep seeing images of what Jason and Jacob keep doing. They keep tagging me or tweeting at me, and their work is just second to none. So good. Oh, I'll tell you what. So reach out to them at 616-318-0167 if you're in West Michigan, and get an estimate from those guys at Bennett Flooring Installation. They will transform your home. Jacob keeps like, hey, man, rip up that carpet. Rip up that carpet. Come on. Your pets are ruining your home. I'm like, I know. Stop. You don't have to tell me. Jeez. The kings of DIY goodness in the Northland is Baldwin Ace Hardware, thanks to them. Not everybody's going up to Baldwin, Michigan these days because of the weather, but it won't be long before you're packing up and getting ready to go to the cottage up north. Remember, Baldwin Ace Hardware, key sponsor of the Eric Zane Show podcast. All right, this next one is gruesome. The Ohio State University is reeling. This is a tough one to talk about, but I'm going to. Horrible, horrible thing. Ohio State football players, Amir, his name is spelled R-E-I-P. I think it's Reap. Amir Reap, whose last name is quite close to rape, is accused of rape. Amir Reap. And the other guy is Jason Wint. These two dudes play football for Ohio State. They're charged with rape and kidnapping. Reap is the senior cornerback. Corner, not quarter. Redshirt senior linebacker and safety Jason Wint is, of course, part of this, too. They were both charged with rape and kidnapping by Columbus, Ohio police on Tuesday. They were arrested and booked into the jail early yesterday. First-degree felonies. They're being arraigned now. They were suspended right away by the team. The following description is horrible. Be advised, this is gruesome. But the young lady provided a detailed account, which is not easy to do, of something that just happened last week. A lot of times you'll hear about young women who have this happen to them. They don't say anything. And if they do, it's a long period of time. And then when they do decide to say something about it, it makes it difficult. People question motives all the time in rapes, but I want you to imagine. I mean, I cannot imagine that this happened to one of my kids. Approximately 9:45 p.m. on February 4th, the two Ohio State players, quote, forced vaginal intercourse with another by purposely compelling said victim to submit by force, according to a complaint filed on Tuesday by the victim. By the it's written alleged victim. That's their words. You have to be careful with the word alleged, because even though that is a legal thing, too often when you say it, you might be being accused of doubting the story, but that's just the way it's written. Reap, according to the complaint, quote, held the victim in place, restraining the liberty of another. So is holding her down, and pushed the victim down by the neck, and then held her in place with his hands and body with the purpose to engage in sexual activity with and against the will of said victim. Yikes. Wind, the other guy, according to the complaint, physically held the victim by the face and prevented the victim from, and this is very, very graphic, but this is the article, prevented the victim from, quote, getting away or getting his penis out of her mouth with the purpose to engage in sexual activity with and against the will of said victim. Okay, so she's provided graphic detail, and the police drew up this arrest warrant, and away you go. The victim began to have consensual sex with Reap before she stopped. So they were having consensual sex. She stopped and moved away from him, saying, I don't want to do this anymore, per the summary statement of facts in a Franklin County Municipal Court affidavit in support of probable cause. Wint then walks into the room. So victim is having sex with Reap, and then suddenly she has a change of heart and says, I don't want to have sex anymore. At that time, guy number 2 comes in the room, and Reap asked if Wint could, and Reap asked if, hey, can Wint join us? And she's like, no, I already told you I don't want to have sex anymore, before forcing her to have non-consensual sex per the affidavit. Reap then held her in place while Wint forced oral sex on the victim. Boy, man, he forced oral sex on her. She should have bit down like that lady who bit that guy's tongue off. According to the affidavit, Reap filmed the victim and told her to give her name and say the incident was consensual before driving her back to her residence. Wentz has been a member of the Ohio State football team since 16, while Reap has been on the team since 17. Both players have one remaining season of collegiate eligibility. Right away on the comments, it got messy quick on this deal. People like saying, "Oh yeah, typical Ohio State," and that's ridiculous. But oh boy, not good. Not good at all. I hope that lady, that victim, is okay, and I hope that this is that whatever happens, the truth is revealed and these two are brought to justice. There is no place in the world for that. That just reading, because a lot of times when these stories about an incident come about, you don't often hear the graphic testimony, and so it doesn't. It kind of that puts a finer point as to what. I mean, obviously, what the hell happened. And that's scary as shit. So what you have here is this woman, her life is dramatically changed forever. That horrible thing, that trauma that goes along with that, I feel terrible for her. And then these two knuckleheads, if this is true, after the facts are spilled out. But those are the accusations. I'm not going to go out of my way and say, yeah, this is what happened, because you never know. The truth has to be revealed at the end. But those are strong allegations. And if there's video proof, man, damn it. So that's some real Ohio State stupidity right there. You know, I take that back. I don't want to say Ohio State stupidity. I apologize for that because I don't even like Ohio State. But it's not their fault. All right. I'm going to lighten it up in the next one. I'm starting to hate Joe Biden. And by the way, he's done. There's no chance he's going to be the nominee for the president for the Democrats. I'll explain that in a second. First off, JM Synthetics, local company distributing AMSOIL products. AMSOIL, they are the creators of synthetic motor oil, and I want you to buy synthetic motor oil from listener Jason at JM Synthetics. Order it from his website. You can get there by going to mine, ericzaneshow.com, and on the lower sponsor scroll, it says JM Synthetics. Click on it. It'll take you right to his page. You can order your AMSOIL by the case for your car, boat, RV, motorhome. Those are the same thing. ATV, motorcycle, snowblower, whatever it may be. AMSOIL products. You can call Jason, too, at 616-747-0233. Get in shape with Fit Body Boot Camp all throughout West Michigan. There's 10 of them, all right? Thanks to Fit Body Boot Camp for being on board with the show for a location near you. Just click on my website, ericzaneshow.com. Click on the Fit Body Boot Camp logo and put in your zip code. There's one right near you. You will love the workouts you get at Fit Body Boot Camp, man. You're going to make friends. You're going to get in shape. They're going to give you guidance on nutrition. They're going to keep you motivated. They're awesome. They're so much fun. They're enthusiasm. They are very, very helpful. Men and women, short, tall, black, white, skinny, fat, doesn't matter. Fit Body Boot Camp in West Michigan. Speaking of helping yourself, it might be time to get that CPL, Concealed Pistol License, Prince Arming. You can find them online by going to my website, ericzaneshow.com. Click on their logo. The next class is coming up March 7th. Sign up. It's $125 to get your pistol license. It takes one day. That Saturday is all it takes. 8:30 in the morning till about 4 in the evening. You're all done. You get your certification, and then you're good to go. Prince Arming, thank you. So here's why Joe Biden is done. No one has ever lost the Iowa caucus. God, it's definitely not a caucus. There's cock on my brain, clearly. No one has ever done as poorly as a candidate as he has. This is terrible. I'm going to start all over. He came in 4th in the Iowa caucus. Then he came in 5th in the New Hampshire primary. No one's ever done that poorly and then go on to get the nomination. Nobody. You look back in history. 2016, Hillary Clinton was the nominee. She was 1st in Iowa, the Iowa caucus. 2nd in New Hampshire. In 2008, Barack Obama won Iowa. 2nd in New Hampshire. John Kerry, 2004, won Iowa. 1 New Hampshire. Al Gore, 1 Iowa, 1 New Hampshire. 1992, it says see above. I don't know, I guess it, whatever. 1998, Michael Dukakis, 3rd in Iowa, 1st in New Hampshire. Walter Mondale, 84, 1st in Iowa, 2nd in New Hampshire. Jimmy Carter, 1st in Iowa, 1st in New Hampshire. Joe Biden, 4th in Iowa, 5th in New Hampshire. Forget it. It's over. This race is between Bernie Sanders, Mayor Pete, and I guess it remains to be seen about 3. Klobuchar, awesome, 3rd place finish in New Hampshire. Pocahontas is hanging by a thread. I guess the next one, South Carolina, will tell the tale about 3rd place. But if you're Mayor Pete and Buddy Sanders, this is great. Biden, of course, said, it ain't over, man. It ain't over, man. He told his crowd in South Carolina, we're just getting started. You are screwed. He then elaborated. Biden, this is why he's starting to bug me. He says he's not fazed after New Hampshire. And he says because 99.9% of black voters haven't had their say yet. That's quite an assumption to make. In this article in Yahoo says, former Vice President Joe Biden would like to remind you just how white Iowa and New Hampshire are. Before the polls had even closed in New Hampshire on Tuesday, Biden had already left for South Carolina. It goes on to say, while it's important to hear from the first two states in the Democratic primary schedule, Biden declared, we haven't heard from the most committed constituency of the Democratic Party, the blacks, and the fastest growing segment of society, the Latino community. Yeah, you're assuming that they're voting for you, though. 99.9% of the blacks have not yet had the chance to vote in America, Biden said, and neither did 99.8% of the Latinx voters. Do you say Latinx? Latinx? It says Latinx. Is that a typo? And a Democrat can't win the general election unless you have an overwhelming support from black and brown voters, Biden said. Oh, boy. I don't know, Joe.
Important that Iowa and Nevada have spoken, but look, we need to hear from Nevada and South Carolina and Super Tuesday states and beyond. And look, we're moving in an especially important phase.
Sounds like he's
because
drunk.
up till now, we haven't heard from the most committed constituency of the Democratic Party, the African-American community.
I'm glad he's saying what I just read. If I had to look further, I could have just played this. What a dumbass.
And
we love the blacks here.
The fastest growing segment of society, the Latino community.
Yeah, fuck yeah!
I want y'all to think of a number. 99.9%.
Oh, wait a minute. There's Joe Martinez right behind Biden. He's in this shot.
That's the percentage of African-American voters who have not yet had a chance to vote in America. One more number.
Oh, that sounds like the crowd's losing steam there a little.
99.8. That's the percent of Latino voters who haven't had that chance to vote. So when you hear all these pundits,
he's really running out again. They don't care anymore. When he's giving them the numbers, they're like, it's not going to work out. We lost.
And experts, cable TV talkers talked about the race. Tell them, it ain't over, man. We're just getting started. Our votes count too.
I can't stand this guy anymore. He really is bumming me out.
We're not going to let anyone take this election away from you. Look, I've said many times, you can't be...
Do you wonder if a guy like him who, a lot of people said he was the front runner, if all of the spotlight that was shined on him and his son over the impeachment, if that affected his standing with Democratic voters? I wonder. I would love there to be one of those polls that asks the question, did all of the controversy that was, because I didn't know anything about the Bidens and Ukraine prior to the impeachment. I didn't know anything about that. It doesn't affect how I vote. I'm still going to vote for Trump, but I wonder if that affected people who are Democrat who were considering or were going to vote for Biden, because he's sucking ass.
Democratic nominee, and you can't win a general election as Democrat unless you have overwhelming support from black and brown voters. It's just really simple. No, it's a natural fact. It's true. It's absolutely true. And folks, all those Democrats who won against incumbents, from Jimmy Carter to a guy named Clinton to a guy named Obama, my good friend, guess what? They had overwhelming African-American support. Without it, nobody's ever won.
Yeah, but look at the statistics that I read earlier. He's over. It's over. Democrats, if you're listening, Democrats, you might as well settle on one of two, maybe three, because otherwise there's no chance. This is going to be fantastic. I love this shit. It's like fantasy sports to some people. You know how like people love fantasy football? This is how I feel about these elections. I love the drama. It's absolutely fun. Damn it. I don't get into the pissing matches, as you know. I just talk from my little point of the my little corner of the world, my opinion. I don't belittle. I'm not going to insult any of you. I love and respect who your thought process about who you're voting for. It is my goal to take my little teeny tiny platform and make politics fun again. No, seriously, it's not. We got to get away from treating people like shit because of who they vote for and insulting them and calling them terrible names. And yeah, you're a racist because you like Trump. Yeah, well, you're a bleeding heart son of a bitch because you. That's all bullshit. Now, of course, I call Brian Bleeding Heart Brian because he is and he deserves it. But that's all out of love, and we have we're pals. So shut up. All right. I don't have a ton of time. I do have one more story I got to get to, though. I'll get to the story about the guy in northern Michigan who all he did was put up a mailbox and moved into his new residence. What the hell happened? Why would he suddenly be behind bars? What did he do wrong? I'll get to that story out of Charlevoix County, Michigan in just a second. But as you know, I got a pizza place in West Michigan that I want you to order from. That's Franco's Pizza. I ordered 4 of them yesterday, and they were so good. The thing is, there's so much cheese on those pizzas. It's like the cheese is a meal in itself. My God. Oh, so good. 616-361-7307. Make it a point this weekend to order pizza from Franco's. I recommend the 18-inch, one-topping pickup for $14. Feed 4 to 5 with a Franco's Pizza tonight. Online at francosgr.com. Show Gunsmith, BK Guns and Stuff. BK Guns and Stuff. Get your guns and stuff. BK Guns and Stuff. Get your guns and stuff. If you need your gun refurbished, clean, maintenance done, repaired, modified, they do all this at BK Guns and Stuff. Get your guns and stuff. Their number is 616-902-2447. In Saranac, Michigan, they service weaponry all around the world. They also specialize in gun transfers. Benjamin explained that to me, but I already forgot. It was so boring. When the show hangs out downtown after Griffin's games, we go to Pepino's downtown. I would love you to go there, too. Whether it's a concert, whether it's a hockey game, go to Pepino's. They host us for our parties, thanks to them. In fact, I was supposed to have a party coming up March 14th for the Brian Belgrave hockey game, which is being planned right now as we speak. And, well, it's Irish on Ionia, so that's out. I do want to mention that. Save the date. March 14th is a Saturday. The Griffins play that night, downtown Grand Rapids. We are having a special hockey game honoring the memory of our dear friend Brian Belgrave. This is just to save the date. I don't have the full details yet, but what I'm going to do is I am posting, working with the Griffins, and a link with a special ticket price, and we'll all be sitting in one group, okay, similar to what we did with the Zane Zone. So you'd click on the link, and you'd write in the coupon code Sticks Out, because the big thing is Sticks Out for Belgrave. So you would type in Sticks Out, and you get the ticket for a low price, and a portion of the money you spend goes to the family for expenses and stuff like that. You know, you can imagine sudden loss of a family member like that. That hits home. So that is coming up on March 14th. You'll hear more about that down the road. You know, I'm going to call it. I'm going to leave it right there. I've got more to talk about. I'm going to save that story for the Patreon bonus podcast about the guy up north who all he did was move in and put up a mailbox. So why did the police arrest him? That will be on the Patreon. Reach out to me. Have me do a cameo for your loved one. for Valentine's Day tomorrow. What are you waiting for? Cameo.com/Eric Zane. Thanks so much. I love you, folks. Talk to you on Patreon. Be careful on the roads. We'll talk to you down the road. See you. Bye-bye.